Ryan. Welcome back to another episode of Saturday Sweets. Today we are making a slice and bake loaded cookie from the Pioneer Woman 2020 magazine. This recipe looks chocolatey, festive, and delicious, so I'm excited to make this one. For those of you that are new around here, my name is Ryan. I am a full-time working mom. I live here with my 10-month-old son and husband in the suburbs of Chicago. I like to bake on the weekends with my family. As you can probably hear, my kid and my husband are in the next room watching football, and I am taking a quick break to make this batch of cookies for the family to enjoy this weekend. So let me go ahead and show you guys the recipe and the ingredients you are going to need to make this one. Okay, so as I mentioned, here is the magazine that we're cooking out of, and here is the actual recipe, these loaded holiday slice and bake cookies, and here is what you're going to need to make these. You will need, like any cookie base recipe, you'll need a couple sticks of butter, some granulated sugar and brown sugar, as well as 2 eggs and vanilla. And then what makes this recipe a little unique is you will put in a couple tablespoons of peanut butter as well as a couple tablespoons of Nutella. If you guys saw my grocery haul this week, you know I couldn't find a jar of Nutella, so we're going to try to make do by just pulling tablespoons out of these little to-go packs. And then for the dry ingredients, which will get mixed into this bowl, you need baking soda, salt, and flour, and then you will need instant coffee granules. For those of you that haven't used coffee granules in chocolate baking recipes, you won't taste the coffee, but the coffee will help bring out the flavor of the chocolate in the cookies. And then last but not least, we will add some festive mini M&Ms, some green and red ones, as well as some chopped pecans. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn these into some loaded holiday slice and bake cookies. Okay guys, as always, I will link the recipe as well as the magazine where you can find it down below. We're going to start in this cookie recipe like you do with most cookie recipes by creaming together the butter and sugar. It's 2 sticks of butter and 1 1/4 cup of packed light brown sugar and then 1/4 cup of granulated sugar. As you can tell, this is a brown sugar heavy recipe. Then in a separate bowl, you're going to combine the dry ingredients, which is 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 teaspoon of instant coffee granules, and mix those together until they are combined. I then went back to my butter and sugar mixture and scraped down the sides to make sure everything was mixing well. I let this run, as I always do, for 3 to 5 minutes until it's light and fluffy. I then went ahead and added 2 large eggs, beating to combine after each addition and scraping down the sides to make sure everything was coming together well. Next up, I added a tablespoon of vanilla extract and got this back on mixing to combine everything. I then added 2 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter to the mixture while it was mixing so that it combined, and then I added 2 tablespoons of the chocolate hazelnut spread. I used Nutella, but there's probably another brand out there that would work just as well. After everything was mixed together, I scraped down the sides and got the mixture going one more time until all the wet stuff was combined. I then added about 1/3 of the dry mixture just to get this going. Since there was so much flour here, I was worried I was going to end up with a dust cloud of flour, so I added this in batches. Make sure you're not over mixing when you're adding your flour. You'll activate the gluten and your cookies will end up being tough. After all of the flour additions were done, I went ahead and added 1 cup of the red and green M&Ms, as well as 1/2 cup of the finely chopped pecans. I made sure everything was well combined, and then I scraped down the bowl. I then laid down a sheet of plastic wrap and took half of the dough and basically made it into a log. Your goal is to have a 9-inch log that's 2 inches thick. I have no idea if I accomplished that, but I did try to eyeball half the dough and get them into the two pieces of plastic wrap so it somewhat resembled a log. After I finished rolling the logs, I went ahead and popped these into a freezer. They need to be in the freezer for an hour and a half or in a fridge for 3 hours until they're firm. Today I was listening to some holiday music. It was Straight No Chaser's new Social Christmasing album. After this dough has frozen, you want to take it out and slice the dough logs into 1/2 inch thick rounds and place them 2 inches apart on the baking sheets. You're then going to want to get these into a 350-degree oven and bake them for about 12 minutes. I did find that these needed every minute of the 12 minutes. They aren't a cookie that I think you can underbake, even though I'm not generally a huge fan of crispy cookies. I do think these needed to have the full 12-minute baking time, and you'll see me check them and think they're not done in the video and put them back in. So make sure you kind of watch the baking time on these and give them their full due. Okay, as you guys have seen, these are out of the oven, so I'm going to give them a quick taste test and let you know my thoughts. They're good. I will say I don't taste the peanut butter or the Nutella. I think the only thing I taste is the mini M&Ms, which is good. They're crispy on the outside and sort of soft and chewy on the inside, so if that's your jam, these are excellent. Probably not the favorite cookie that I've ever made, but they're good. So fun holiday festive. Alright, I will see you guys here next Saturday for another Saturday Sweets. If you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe, leave a like, and a comment down below. Bye.